This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri. It's a nice sunny day. I'm grabbing the 4020. We're going on a little journey. We aren't going super far, so some of you may be able to guess where I'm going. I swapped out the good corn meters with the not so good corn meters that I traded for. We're gonna go do the deal. And this planter's been it's been a good planter for me for the past 3 years, but I wanted something with narrow rows. This is 7020, my field cultivator, which I've been working on for the past day and a half and not really getting anywhere very quickly. Oh man, we're in the junkyard. Goodbye 7000. I made sure to leave the beard guys with a little reminder. Hello, beautiful. So here's a funny joke for you. A guy wearing a white farm equipment belt buckle driving a 4020 goes to a Case ICE dealership and buys a Kinsey planter. Now that it's 8 o'clock, I figure it's time to go do some real work with the Salford and the 620. There's 135 acres over there somewhere that needs to be done tonight. I guesstimate that I can get it done by midnight. Maybe. Probably not though. There's the op, but they're running John Deere guidance as well, and a ripper of some sort. This late in the year, I don't know about that. And my 6-acre field of corn here along 24 is looking pretty good. I'll do a more detailed look at it tomorrow. Okay, I started this circus at 8:00 something, and it's just now after midnight, so I think I made pretty good time. It's also interesting to note that this farm has like a creek bottom in it. Creek bottom starts at 615 feet. It ends down here on the east edge of the farm. It ends at 589 feet. So there's nearly 30 feet of fall between the end of the farm over there, like 3/4 of a mile away, and over here. Just interesting to note. Well, I managed to work 130 something acres and didn't start until 8 o'clock. I think it's an okay day. But I'm gonna drive home, and I think it's probably a good time to call it a night. I'm helping Dad get moved over here to the ground that I worked last night, and then I'm gonna drop him off at his tractor and planter, and I have some field cultivator work to do. I spent most of Sunday and Monday, no. I spent most of Monday working on my field cultivator, mostly doing the walking tandem bearings, which sucks, by the way, if you're wondering. Yeah. I've got the rosebud tip on the gas axe here. I had to heat the nut up to get it off, and guess what? I'm having to heat it up to get it back on. But this is like a $40 nut, so I am not buying a new one. Uh-oh. Nudge the gas with my leg, but it's okay. Heat it up and then use that to spin it the rest of the way on, and then put my wheels back on, fill everything up with grease, and check tire pressure. Perfect. I hope I didn't melt my oil seal on that side. I don't think I did. But I need to go get a grease fitting for this one, and I think it'll probably take at least a tube of grease to fill that cavity, one on the other side, and I had to do that wheel bearing because when I took it apart, or when I went to drag this thing away, it wouldn't turn at all. Not good.
It's Thursday the 11th, back in the bean planter, and somehow, miraculously, the automated downforce is working now. Started working Monday afternoon. Why? I don't know. Didn't do anything to it, but it works. Good to have a little shower rain over the weekend, so everything's working up a lot better. Got a pretty nice run field here. Hopefully, I don't know, another week or so, have everything wrapped up. That could have been bad. Right in line with the tire. I think it would have matched it into the dirt, but just to be sure, I'm picking it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a pretty nice one. You never know what you're gonna find out here in the field. Going out to go plant. See this turtle flailing away like crazy. Somehow he got stuck up on a dirt pot and he can't get off. So you can tell he's been here for a while. Dug himself quite the trench. Now the claws don't work anymore. Can't touch the ground. We'll just give him a little nudge. Okay, I don't know. He's got dirt stuck all over him. Let's see if we can help the guy out. Hold still. Hold still. There we go. Now he's just gonna sit here. He doesn't know what to do now.
I don't know how many of you guys have seen a big bin being put up, but this is what it looks like. We got a pad with a bunch of concrete in it and a 60-foot wide ring and the big jack here in the center. And I guess that thing runs around the outside and they can do what they need to do when they need to do it. Oh, well, yeah. That's the very tip top. I believe that the last time we spoke was when I was doing some wheel bearings and walking tandem business on this fine cultivator, which you will now notice has no shanks on except for these. And these are not Tigermate 1 shanks. These are Tigermate 200 shanks. And I have a pile of approximately 80 of them back here. Very mysterious indeed. A friend of mine's grandfather had a wrecked case-size Tigermate 200 that was 50 feet wide, and for the price that he offered it to me for, to salvage, it was more cost-effective to buy that cultivator, swap a bunch of stuff, including all of the shanks, which have pretty good shovels on them for the most part, than it was. So I bought the whole 50-foot cultivator, every part of it. It was cheaper to buy that than it was to buy parts to fix this thing, like OEM stuff. And I have some of these things in here, like this wheel and some of the gauge wheels that are already sold. And I sold the whole cultivator, on Facebook or through other means within 24 hours and recovered my investment pretty quickly. And now my cultivator is going to be pretty much completely overhauled with new or nearly new parts. For basically, I got paid to do it. And it is kind of sad to note that I made more money on that field cultivator deal than I did all of last summer working for the university. So that should tell you that I did pretty well, and also the university doesn't pay very well, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And we also need to discuss this blue planter here. And I need to move the 4320 and the disc out of the way because on the way in here, I got it a little too close. It was kind of pushing on, they were pushing on each other. But I'll fix that real quick and then we'll talk about this. Okay, the 4020 is the same, nothing's changing there. But this is vastly different than the John Deere 7000 that I previously had. This is a Kinsey PT6 with splitters on it. It was sold brand new by my great-grandfather Howard Beer in the early 1990s. And it needs the jack's okay-ish. The front units are hydraulically raised and lowered. It's got new no-till coulters, new parallel bushings and bolts, and it is the double frame, so it's a little more strung out than like a 2000 would be. And most of the front gauge wheels and all of the back gauge wheels have been updated to 3000 style. And I mean, it's pretty straight, but might need some new tires. That one's kind of shot, and that one I don't think is holding any air. And I've got 6 corn meters and 11 bean meters to go with it. And one of these, it's this one, the bearing is gone. And the reason that I bought a Kinsey split row planter is because, as you all know, I do enjoy playing with older iron for a little while every year, and planting 15-inch soybeans enables me to do a more comparable job to the real equipment that we have, and still use my old tractors to pull it. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could go replant beans or plant all of my own beans next year, which will be like, shoot, that'll be a lot. But anyways, I picked it up. It was a reasonable deal, brokered by my man Keegan Guthrie at Beard Implement. Cool dude. You should hit him up if you're thinking you need anything Case IH or anything used from the Beard network. Good guy. So yeah, 40-20 and a 11-row planter, and it pulls noticeably harder in the ground with all the row units down. Of course, that's like twice as many row units, but that's beside the point. You can also tell that it's a lot heavier on the drawbar because right now the front tires are not squatted at all. Usually they got a little bit of a cheek, but not now, not anymore. I have about 56 Tiger Mate 1 shanks for sale if anybody would like to purchase some. They're in varying conditions. But man, I'm gonna have a pretty cool fleet of farm equipment when it's all done. Tomorrow I will be stripping more parts off of the Tiger Mate 200 cultivator and bringing them back here to home so that the various people that purchased it can take their part of it home. And for the meantime, I'm going to be putting some shanks back on this cultivator. I've got 4 more rows to go. It's really not that hard. It's just one bolt. They all interchange. It's the same 4x3 tube across like every generation of Tiger Mates, which is nice, but I really don't know if it's heavy enough for a cultivator, but it seems to work okay. Lots and lots of parts, that is for sure. This is the magical Tiger Mate 200 cultivator I talked about yesterday. As you can see, I've already gotten a lot of stuff off of it. Most of it is already sold. I will have about 30 shanks left that are still available though. Brought the 8230 and the skid steer and pickup. Got most of the rolling basket there and a couple of the wheels that I'm keeping. And I got the torch out here as well. This is actually not at our property, so I'm not videoing very much of it. This cultivator obviously has seen some trauma in the past, and I bought it for a pretty good deal, and I already made my money back and then some. And amazingly, 3 of the 4 mainframe wheels are still holding air. So the deal with this is that it was going down the road, actually Highway 168 right there, and had to take the ditch, and the mainframe went, just kind of did the splits, except it's not supposed to do that. So it's out here for like a year, and now it's disappearing. Where this field cultivator is located at is actually right across the road from something that we farm. So I've been listening to the central commodity blower on our planter most of the afternoon. Okay, Tiger Mate 1 overhaul complete. We got all new shanks. Most of the points look like that, so pretty good shape there. And I might go over to the house and tear up our garden real quick. Got a little bit of daylight left. Be a fun activity. So that project got severely out of hand, but it's okay. I may or may not be doing some dastardly things with this Steiger hood ornament, but that's not important. And I do apologize because this video covers a pretty wide time frame from about the time I got out of school until today, which is May 22nd. So just keep that in mind when viewing things. I mean, it is chronological, but there's just a giant like 2-week gap there where I didn't video anything because I just really I was not in the mood to do it, and if you're not in the mood to do something and you do it anyways, it looks bad and it reflects poorly upon the work that you create. And I am proud of these videos. So with that said, that's it for this one, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Also, I would like to say hi to my man Mox. He's a young man watching my videos, so hello Mox, and I hope you enjoy it.